everyone. Welcome back to another episode of my journey with autism. Sorry, it has been a while. I would like to talk about my anxiety with autism. It has been a real roller coaster. I had it ever since I was very, very young. I would I remember, sleeping downstairs away from my mom, and whenever she tucked me in at night, I always had a routine. I said, "Mom, what are you gonna do after I go to bed?" And she would give me the rundown, and I'm like, "Well, then will you go to bed?" She's like, "Yeah, maybe." So I always had to know when she was gonna go to bed. It made me feel safer than her staying up because I had to go to bed really early, me and my sister, and so after she would tuck us in, all's well. And I would go upstairs again and say, hey, Mom, I feel like this. It's going to happen, like I'm going to get sick or whatever. And so she would give me something to calm me down. That was every night when I was little. My sister would come up sometimes with me, and then we'll go back downstairs. So I was probably maybe 7, maybe a little younger when this started. So every night that would happen. And then, I would not go to sleepovers with my friends because I had to be in my own comfort of home. So everybody would be like, "Oh, let's do sleepovers. Let's do this. Let's do that." Never interested. I had to be with my mom or my familiar place, like my room or my bed or whatever. So, I didn't really do that. But I did a little bit when I got older and once my anxiety was under control. So, life went on. I would get worried out in public. I would worry about everything, like getting sick or germs, like a lot of things, like things that you wouldn't really know or think of, but I would. So we would just try and go to doctors and be like, okay, this is what's going on with her. What can we do to help? So I was on a few different kind of medications to try to help this really bad anxiety, and at a very young age too. And I was off medicine before getting on it, and it was still really hard. So I finally landed a good one for me, but I would just have anxiety attacks also out in public, and I would just make my stomach so upset. Stuff would happen. I don't want to go into detail, but you cannot obviously know when you have a nervous belly what happens. And, my mom and sister are like, "Oh, you're fine. Try not to worry. It's not good for you." Same old story. Just, don't think about it. Try not to think about it. You're fine. Um, just just don't think about it. And for me, it's not that easy. It's like I can't just shut it off. I wish I can shut it off and it will never come back. That it doesn't happen that way, and I wish it did. So, I really look up to my mom or sister, especially my sister. I look up to her in so many ways, more than one. And yeah, everybody has stress in their life or anxiety, but mine is to the extreme level of I have to be home, curl up in a ball if I have an attack or anything, just really calm myself down. And being on the spectrum, it's hard to try to understand your feelings or your thoughts. And is it okay to feel this way? Is it okay to think or feel that way? Or is it my disability, autism, or is it me being a human being as we all are? And is it normal to feel that? So, but now in my life, I go to therapy, and my therapist is very good at explaining to me, okay, this is what it is. This is, autism. This is, you're normal being a human. A lot of people in my life have, you just explain it really well to me, and I will get it. But it's very hard. It's like some people don't even know I have it, but it's just inside my body, and you don't know how bad it is. I can feel it. It's horrible. I deal with it daily, hourly. Um, it's never gone, really. It's still in the back of my head. I mean, I do have my good days, but it's rare. And that's one thing I would wish I could change about myself is not to have it because it ruins my life so incredibly much. And, it's hard talking to my mom about it because she's just, like I said before, she's like, oh, just don't worry about it. You're fine. No, I'm not. I'm not fine. I don't feel well. I'm sad. I'm anxious. All of these feelings or thoughts in my head, and I'm like trapped. And if somebody doesn't know what it feels like, they will not understand. And I haven't come across of anyone in my life right now that has the severity of anxiety as I do. I am married, and I tell my partner, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if I have this? Or am I okay? This and that. And of course, the same answer, you're fine. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You need to help me here. So then again, it's so hard. It's like I can't just brush something off and it would be fine. A lot of people are like that, like my sister included. And I wish I was like her. I wish I had that. And I don't. Just be like, oh, I'm good. Everything's good, But when I have those days when I am good, it is amazing. I feel like, oh, yes, I'm so happy. It's so hard. Whoever struggles in this way, I feel for you 100%. I mean, it's a real tough thing to deal with. And I have also dealt with depression, too. That's a little different, but that is also the most horrible feeling you could ever feel. For me, it was. I quit eating. I couldn't eat because I would gag. It was from a really weird reason why this happened. It was from a breakup, but I took it to heart and I took it pretty bad. So it was horrible. But it's a real thing for me. One of my coping thing is when I was little was a bath. A nice warm bubble bath was great for me. Also, it was music. I love music. Music is one of my go-to things if I'm stressed or want to feel in my own little world. That music's awesome. That's a great way to feel good or better, or just take your mind off and go into what they're singing about, or just go into your own little space. I do that quite often. Even before bedtime, I go and on the iPad, and then I think about things what I can talk about my next podcast with, or anything. It's really, I love it. Or sometimes music doesn't help for me, and sometimes it makes it worse. So it can go either way. Distract your mind. It's a big thing. Distract your mind. If I'm busy at work, I can hardly know that there's anxiety. It's kind of like gone. I need to keep busy my mind. If I'm stuck doing nothing, that's where it goes pretty bad. It has, I wish it has really taken a toll on my life, and I haven't enjoyed life as much as I should because of the anxiety. Even going on trips would ruin the trip. I'll be like, Mom, what if I'm going to, go to this restaurant, we're going to get food poisoning? She's like, that's not a big chance of happening. She would just get so sick and tired of me repeating myself. But being on the spectrum, you do repeat yourself quite often. And you have your, repeative things that you do in life. Like, before I go to work, I have to check if the stove's off, or if things are off, things are shut, things are all okay. I have to do that. That's my routine. Or if there's a favorite song, it's on repeat. I repeat it. It's so fun. Oh my gosh, this great song. So, people who are on the spectrum, they have they obsess about things. I tell you, I have obsessed about big books. When I was little, I was like, oh my gosh, they have this big book. It's so cool. And, it's changed throughout my life what I obsess with. But, that's who we are. We obsess a little bit about things, but that's okay. Mine, now it's a little personal about what I obsess with and struggle with. That's why I have help right now. And that's okay to have help. I have discovered that if you are struggling anxiety-wise or depression, I will strongly encourage anyone who's going through that, go get some help and get some support. I didn't have a lot of friends back when this happened to me, or even now. If you have great family, reach out to your family and say, hey, I am struggling. Can I talk to you? Even my mom has seen me go through hard times, and she didn't really know how to really help, but she kind of did. I probably have worried her a lot, um, but it helps to have support, especially from your friends and family. And I, yeah, it's a hard thing, and it's not fun. Like I said, I really wish I didn't have this. But now I'm doing podcasts just to get my voice out there, my story out there, and me as a human, my name or whatever out there to whoever needs support and help. Whoever wants to reach out to me and say, hey, can you help me with this? Or just be like, oh my gosh, he has changed my life. Thank you so much. I would love to be that person in your life for you to come and talk to me or message me, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. And because I was this girl silent for so long during school, I refused to talk to two teachers in middle school because they just didn't seem like they care, or they were embarrassing to me. So I refused to talk to them, and I did not talk to them. But now that I have more confidence and I want to make a difference in somebody's life or a lot of people's lives, and now I don't think I need to be silent anymore. I really want to be there. So anyway, like I said, anxiety to me is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So I would, love anyone to reach out to me, please. I really want this. I have a dream. I know this might sound weird, but I have a dream to, if I get a certain amount of viewers, like a lot of viewers, and my podcast gets so incredibly amazing and big in the world, I will donate anything from that to a organization to help with people on the spectrum to have a good place to be, or people who are struggling otherwise, who need help financially or medical bills. I will donate to you if this becomes a success for my life, and I hope the best that it does. Hopefully the power of the universe gives me what I really want to help others, and to be one of those people in the world that is successful of doing what they want to do for others, and to prove to my mom that I can do this. I want my dream to come true. There's more dreams, but I'll tell you about that later. But so if you guys please hit the like button, comment, share the heck out of it, I would just appreciate that so much. It would just help me so much to reach where I want to go in future things, what I want to do. So everyone, thanks for listening. I hope to get some guests soon on my podcast, so tune in and to that, and there will be more to come.